In a slowly decaying, futuristic city, social class is determined by the amount of time you spend in the virtual world called the interface. Hi guys, my name is Emmanuel and I am the author of Tales from the Interface, a comic I've been doing since 2015. I'm currently working on my fourth book, and this is the goal and the project that I'm doing on these live videos is just showing you the process behind my comic book making, and answering any questions you might have. Just first of all, welcome to the new followers, Mathieu Davidson. I'm not sure how he wants me to pronounce his name. Jean-François Guillemette et Rag Bédistrateur, another artist. So welcome guys, and I hope you enjoy the show. I welcome any comments you might have. So that brings me to this. So if you like this show, and if you want to help, the best you can do, the easiest you can do, is just share with your friends, and also you can check out my books. I have 3 books for sale on my website. The first 3 books of Tales from the Interface, and why I don't have them right here. I have them right here. So this is my latest book that came out this spring. It's 48 pages of comics, bleed in full color, and I spent a lot of love and hours on this, so I do appreciate any support you want if you are interested in this kind of comic. So tonight what I'm gonna do is actually start inking, because I've went through pretty much the entire first chapter of the next book. So now it's time to ink that book. I just have a little bit of work still on the penciling for the last page, but since it's kind of the end of I don't really want to spoil the last page, so I prefer to keep that for myself, not during these lives. So yeah, I'll just get to it. So I'll just move my screen around a little bit and set up my space. And I'll be starting very soon. Today I've been thinking what I'm gonna do is while I draw, I'm gonna play an old radio show that I got from archive.org. I believe this is open, free to share. I think it's fine, but yeah, I think it's fine. So I'll just do that. Let me open my file. It's like those old radio show, like horror, suspense, and so I'll start playing one soon. I just want to set up my file first. I do like to listen to those old radio shows. It's like an audiobook, but with some actors. It's quite nice. This weekend is Fantasticon at H.O.T. I won't be going, but a lot of cool people will be there. If you can make it, it's a nice fair where you can get comics, you can get old toys, a lot of cool nerdy stuff. So I certainly suggest you to check it out. Fantasticon in La Chute, Quebec. Okay, so this is the current page I'm working on. So I'm gonna be inking this, and you know what? Maybe not. Maybe I'll inking the next page. I think it might be more, and I need to do some fixes. So I think I'm gonna be working on that. And some of these panels are not quite as finished as I'd like them. So maybe I'm gonna do another pass of storyboarding, of penciling on top of them. So let me get the show started. And it should work fine. I'm gonna test the volume as well. Not that crappy thing. Open with VLC. Okay, and the title of this one is what? It's The Man Who Came Back. All right. It's 23 minutes, and if I like it, then I'll play the next one. So I'm just gonna raise the volume on, and I'm gonna try to activate the desktop sound. Sound.
All right, now break it up, break it up.
This way, officer, he's in here.
All right.
Okay, so it should be working
Stay
now.
right there in that doorway
If
and don't
I
let
need
nobody
to,
in.
I'm gonna pause it or whatever. If
We had nothing to do with this.
I have some chat going on. Okay, so it should be working now. If I need to, I'm gonna pause it or whatever. If
We had nothing to do with this.
I have some chat going on. Okay, so it should be working now. If I need to, I'm gonna pause it or whatever. If I have some chat going on. Okay, so it should be working now. If I need to,
Dark
I'm gonna
fantasy. I am the man who came back.
All right, now break it up, break it up.
This way, officer, he's in here.
All right, miss. Casey,
Yes, Captain.
now you stay right there in that doorway and don't let nobody in or out.
Right, Captain. All right now. All right, you heard him.
Oh, but we had nothing to do with this.
Okay, sister. If you didn't, you ain't got nothing to be scared of. Hey, you. Where do you think you're going?
I thought I might get a little air, if you don't mind.
Well, I do mind. Now, back in the house with you. What's the big idea, you wearing that mask?
As you might have observed, my friend, this is a masquerade party.
Oh, is it now? Well, according to Emily Post, it's masks off at midnight. And we got this call to come out here just as the clock in Washington Circle was striking the hour.
The call was placed by a most hysterical woman, and there is nothing you can do for the man in there, I assure you.
Stop changing the subject. What I want to know is, why ain't you unmasked like the others?
I prefer, sir, to wear my mask.
Take it off, Don Juan. I want to look at your mug.
It might be better, my friend, if you didn't see my mug.
Now look here, Zorro.
Perhaps while we are waiting, I might tell you a story.
Yeah? What is this? Bedtime at Grandma's? The only story I'm interested in is what happened here tonight.
Exactly.
Eh?
I said exactly. Perhaps I can tell you the story.
All right, then, my fine, mysterious friend. Give.
Well, you see, it's quite a long story. It really all began at least 3 years ago. I remember that evening quite well. I let myself into Granger's apartment. It was a golden key I used. A bright golden key. And there was no one there when I arrived. So I closed the door and waited. Well, Grange, imagine seeing me here.
Blake. Oh, I say, you startled me.
Did I now? I dare say, had I been someone else, you wouldn't have been at all startled.
Incidentally, old man, how did you get in here?
I suppose it would be quite facetious of me to say that I came in the same way you did. Oh, I say, a new piano. Do you mind?
No, not at all. Go right ahead. Help yourself. Have a drink?
No, thanks. You better have one, though.
Hmm? Oh, yes. I say, Blake, what's that you're playing?
You've heard it before, Grange.
Have I? I don't recall.
You have a short memory.
I usually remember pretty well.
Well, when you choose to, you do, yes.
What do you mean by that?
My wife has played that tune for you every night this week, and last, and the week before that. You see, I happen to know.
Oh. I see.
Well, I'm glad you haven't the audacity to deny it.
No. No, I don't deny it. Your wife has been here. Often. As often as she possibly could. But I assure you she came of her own desire.
And as a result of your oily persuasion.
I might agree, Blake, that she is easily persuaded. And, of course, my curiosity prompts me to ask how you finally learned the truth.
I accidentally found the key to your apartment here. It was in Sylvia's purse. A golden key. With your initials engraved on one side, hers on the other.
Why, I thought that a rather handsome touch. Don't you agree?
I've brought the key back to you.
How gallant of you, old fellow.
I'm serious. Sylvia will never come here again.
Are you positive of that?
Quite. For I shall ask her not to.
You seem to believe she'll obey you.
She will. And I ask you now, Grange, as a gentleman, kindly refrain from inviting her here again.
In other words, hands off. Is that it?
I'm glad I make myself quite plain.
Why, you fool. You dull, stupid fool. What right have you to demand anything of Sylvia? Do you think for a moment, night after night, twiddling her thumbs while you're away from home?
I admit I've been busy this past year, but another 6 months...
You've no one to blame for Sylvia's being here but yourself. Here she's found what you denied her, Blake. And I doubt very much if she'll give it up.
Why, you swine, if you think for a moment... Oh. Well, I forgot you carried a gun. But if you'd care to put it away...
Skip the heroics, Blake. You know, I think I've suddenly thought of a solution to all this.
The only solution is for you to leave Sylvia alone.
Oh, no. No, you're quite mistaken. This is the solution. Here in my hand. Indeed, I rather like the idea. Besides, with you out of the way, Sylvia need have no more qualms.
Why, you low yellow rat.
That's it, Blake. Come closer. Threaten me. Make me do it. Make me do it, Blake.
If you think killing me is a way out, Grange, you're very badly mistaken.
It's the only way out.
If you kill me, Grange, I'll come back and avenge myself.
One shot, and that'd be all. I can prove self-defense. Sylvia will help. She'll swear you came here and tried to kill me.
I'll come back, Grange.
Just one shot directly between the eyes.
I'll haunt you, Grange, because by God in heaven, I'll come back.
It's a perfect scheme, yes, I like
I'll
it.
pierce the veil, Grange, because I'll come back if I have to fight all the demons of hell to do it.
Prepare, Blake. This is a chance of a lifetime. It's the way out. Yes, it's the way out.
Grange!
Get your extra paper. Wealthy playwright slain in millionaire's apartment. Read all about it. Here you are, Mr. Keith Grange playing self-defense in slaying of Philip Blake. Here it is, folks. Get your extra paper. Read the headline news about the killing. It's all here in your extra paper.
It is the judgment of this court that the defendant, Keith Grange, did shoot and kill the deceased Philip Blake on the night of April 16th, and that in so doing, he acted in a line of self-defense. The court therefore decrees that Keith Grange shall not be held to account for this unfortunate incident.
Well, my dear?
I suppose there's nothing to worry about now.
Not the slightest thing. I told you from the very beginning, Sylvia, that I acted rightly in doing what I did.
Oh, I still can't resign myself to it.
But you must. It's all over. Philip is dead. Now we can be together as much as we please.
Keith, suppose you and I should have a misunderstanding. Suppose I should become angry sometime. So angry I might tell the truth to the authorities.
That, my dear, would be most unfortunate. But it's a possibility, and by no means should we overlook possibilities. So allow me to remind you, Sylvia, my dear girl, that your hiding the true facts of the matter of the coroner's investigation automatically makes you an accomplice.
Oh, I see. But why are we talking like this, darling? We'll both feel better after we've had a little rest.
Of course we will, dear.
Kiss me goodnight, darling. I'm going home.
I'll take you.
Oh, no. No, I'd rather go alone tonight, if you don't mind.
As you wish, my dear. Good night.
Good night, darling.
Sweet.
Will you call me in the morning?
Yes, of course I will.
Good night, then.
Good night, darling. Pleasant dreams. That's strange. Very strange. Just a moment ago, there were only Sylvia and I here. Now she's gone. Yet I feel that I'm not alone.
You're not alone, Grange.
What? What was that? I thought I heard a voice.
It was my voice.
Who are you? Where are you?
I told you I'd come back.
No.
Oh,
No, it's just my imagination.
Is it your imagination, Grange?
Yes. Yes, of course.
I warned you. I warned you. Remember?
Yeah, he did warn him.
Come out in the open. Come out, I say. Do you hear me? Come out.
Your gun is useless against me now, Grange.
What do you want?
Useless.
Tell me, what do you want?
Oh, not now. The time isn't right now. But I'll be back. Watch for me and wait. Watch and wait. For I'll come back, Grange. I'll come back.
Just like Terminator.
No, I'm sure of it. It was no one. No one at all. I just imagined it, that's all. Yes, just my imagination.
Dun, dun, dun.
Sylvia, dear, you look so tired. Here, perhaps this will wake you up. Present for you.
A present?
Yes, something I picked up today. I thought you'd like it.
How sweet of you, darling. I think I can guess just by looking at the box. It's a ring.
Oh, aren't you clever? Go ahead, open it.
All right, darling, but don't hurry me. Oh,
Sylvia, that isn't the ring I bought for you.
Keith, look at this ring.
Initials. P.B.
Keith, this is his ring.
Sylvia, what are you saying?
It's his ring. I gave it to him.
But, Sylvia...
Keith, I swear to you, Philip Blake was buried with that ring on his finger.
Cab, mister? Yes, please. Do you mind coming around to the other side, please, mister? That door's busted and you can't get it open.
Oh, very well.
Sorry to ask that of you, but they ain't had time to get the other door fixed. Where to, friend?
Huntington Arms Hotel, please.
Right.
Excellent.
Huh?
That's where I'm going.
Oh. Well, you startled me. I didn't know there was anyone in this cab. It's so dark tonight.
Yes, isn't it?
I say, I don't seem to feel anyone in the seat here beside me.
Strange. You certainly bumped me hard enough when you crawled in here.
Bumped you? Oh, I beg your pardon, sir, but I...
Never mind, Grange. Never mind.
You know me?
I'm surprised that you don't know me.
Why... Yes. Your voice sounds familiar. Good Lord. Philip Blake.
No!
You mind riding with me?
Blake, you're supposed to be dead. You're supposed to be buried.
I am dead, Grange. I am buried.
Cabby, stop this cab.
Right, sir.
Now let me out of here. Let me out.
What's the matter, Governor? Hey, you hadn't ought to jump out of a moving car like that.
What in the name of heaven is in the back of that cab?
Why, nothing, Governor. Here, see? I'll turn on the light. There. See?
But there was somebody in there with me.
Oh, now, mister, they couldn't have been. Look for yourself. The seat's empty there. And you just jumped out on this side of the cab. The other door won't open. No, brother, there wasn't nobody in that seat with you. Must have been your imagination.
Hello, darling. Dear, this is Sylvia. I just wanted to remind you about the masquerade ball at Keith's new home tonight. You'll be there? Fine. Now remember, masks and costumes for everybody. All right, dear. Now be sure to come in costume, won't you, Dorothy? Yes. And heavily masked, my dear. Yes, at Keith's new place. Oh, darling, wait till you see the place. It's really a mansion. Honestly, it's true. Mr. Grange, I believe.
Sylvia, darling. So you penetrated my disguise.
Silly. I heard you order it from the costumers yesterday. Darling, the music will start soon. First dance hours.
Sylvia, my dear, every dance is ours tonight. Are you happy I bought this place?
Oh, it's lovely. Absolutely lovely, Keith. Darling, what's the matter?
That man in black. I've been watching him all evening. He's been watching me.
Do you know who he is?
No. He just stands and stares at me. Everywhere I go, he's always just a short distance away.
Look, Keith. He's going into your study.
Well, he hasn't any business in there.
Strange. I locked that door this evening so the guest wouldn't go into your study and disturb things.
Well, he just walked right in. And, dear, I'll go see who he is and what he wants. You mingle with the guests, and I'll join you later.
Very well, dear. But don't be long. I'll be waiting for you.
All right, Sylvia. Yeah. It's odd. The door is locked.
Ooh, it's weird.
Dark. Piano. Oh, confound it. Where's the light switch? There. No. No, it can't be. That piano. Someone's playing and... Yet there's no one seated there. The keys. Moving. Up and down. Playing the music. But there are no hands on them. That melody. It's the melody he played the night I killed him. He's playing it now. And yet he's not there.
I'm here, Grange. I'm here.
Play.
Look closer, Grange. Here I am. You see?
Yes. I see you now.
I brought you a little gift for your masquerade party.
What?
You'll find it lying on your desk. Turn around and see for yourself. That's right. there. You see?
A gun.
It's the one you killed me with. Don't you recognize it?
Where did you get that gun?
I found it, Grange, and I've brought it back to you. I put one shell in its chamber. Just one, Grange. But that is enough.
What are you trying to... Gone. He's gone. Lord, am I mad? Was I dreaming?
No.
No.
You were not
Well, the gun
dreaming.
is here. It is my gun. One cartridge, he said. Only one. One cartridge. Yes. Yes, it's the only way left. He knew it was the only way. Now he's left me to take it. All right, Blake. You can have your revenge. You can have it. You are right. It is the only way.
So he shot himself, eh?
The evidence in there will indicate that he did, yes.
Say, that's quite a yarn you spun, Zorro.
It is nothing but the truth.
Come on now, come on, my friend. Let's take off your mask and have a look at you.
One moment. Keith Grange shot Philip Blake squarely between the eyes.
Yeah? So what?
That doesn't make a very pretty sight.
Well, I don't see what that's got to do with... here comes the captain. He'll take that mask off you. Captain Sullivan, come here a minute, will you?
Yes, Casey, what is it?
Now, there's a mug here that won't take off his mask. He's been spinning me the most fantastic yarn I ever heard in all my... where'd he go?
Huh? Where'd who go? Say, did you let somebody get out of this house, Casey?
No, Sir Captain. No, I didn't. But he was standing here just a minute ago. He wouldn't take off his mask. He told me the darndest story about a murdered man coming back from the grave.
Casey, have you been near the punch bowl? Well, there's no one here now. Wait a minute. What's this stain here on the floor?
Blood. A little pool of it. There on the floor. Right in the exact spot where the man in black was standing.
No.
Fantasy.
So dark.
The Man Who Came Back, an original tale of dark fantasy by Scott Bishop. Ben Morris was Keith Grange, Eleanor Naylor Corrin was Herda Sylvia. Fred Wayne took the part of Casey, Muir Height was Captain Sullivan, Murillo Schofield the cab driver, and Eugene Francis was the Man Who Came Back. Ladies and gentlemen, every Friday night at this time, the National Broadcasting Company will bring you dark fantasy, tales of the weird, adventures of the supernatural, created for you by Scott Bishop. Listen 1 week from tonight for the breathtaking story of the tombs of ancient China, the soul of Shanhai Wan.
This is the National Broadcasting Company.
The tombs of ancient China. So, whoop, better restart now. We don't want the same one again, do we?
Dark.
Well, that was pretty cool. What did you think of it, kiddies? The thing from the... Oh, it's not even the same thing. So they don't even... Oh. Well, maybe it's there somewhere. Anyway. I'm just gonna put the playlist on and continue through. The next one is called The Thing from the Sea. And that was The Man Who Came Back from Scott Bishop. Not a very mysterious tale, if you want my opinion. Okay.
Let's see.
The Thing from the Sea.
Dark fantasy.
I am the thing from the sea.
Ooh. The Thing from the Sea speaks. Well, look out, Gilman, you have competition.
Sorry, Mr. Hedges, this is all we can dig up on that story about the missing Hollywood people. Well, we can't wait any longer. We got to go to press. Let's see what you got. Story from the film Capital. More than a week ago, November 20th to be exact, Philip Hayward, young cinema star of Yesterday's Bread, and the popular actress Judith Johnston set sail for New Zealand aboard Hayward's private yacht. As chaperone, Miss Johnston's movie director father accompanied the pair, and it's reported that Johnson Sr. is taking advantage of the sea voyage to complete his original cinema yarn, a story of the strange creatures who live beneath the surface of the sea. That was more than a week ago. Word's been received from New Zealand that the Hayward yacht's more than 2 days overdue. A careful check gives evidence that there have been no disturbances on the Pacific throughout the time the party's been aboard. Special searching parties failed to discover the whereabouts of the boat. The question in Hollywood tonight, the question everywhere is, what's happened to the trio aboard the Dolphin? Where are they? Have they become victims of the fantastic creatures created in the imagination of the author-director aboard the yacht? That is this week's unsolved mystery. Will it ever be? Oh, that's all right. Boy, right. Get this down to makeup. Let's get rolling. Right away.
Come on, Hayward. Stop that fool noise, will you?
Oh, take it easy, Johnson. No reason to start shouting at each other, you know.
Now, look here. We've been becalmed for 2 days and a night now. We haven't moved a knot one way or the other.
I assure you there's nothing wrong with the motors. Been over them myself. For some fantastic reason, they just refuse to start again.
Why? Why won't they start?
I don't know. Why did they stop in the first
Because
place?
of the Thing from the Sea. Ooh.
Like some strange spirit has descended upon the boat.
Oh, nonsense.
Yes.
Is it nonsense? There are many terrifying legends about sea spirits, fantastic adventures that have happened to sailors at sea.
Yep.
Just a lot of myths.
Who
No.
knows what strange creatures lurk beneath the sea's surface? Who can tell what might come up out of the depths at any moment?
Oh, stop it. You're talking like a superstitious old fool. You made too many goofy movies. Just because you won an Academy Award is no sign I'm going to swallow the tripe you dish out in those 8 real clam bakes of yours.
No,
Judy.
you
Hey,
can't.
what's the matter with you?
You cannot. No. I won't let you.
Daughter, hey, wake up.
No, you can't do it. No. No, I say. No.
Oh, how Judy.
What in the name of heaven?
Judy, are you all right?
Oh. I was asleep. Dreaming.
Were you?
Oh, it was horrible.
I'd say it was a nightmare.
I dreamed I was talking to a young girl. Yet, she didn't seem like a girl at all. She looked more like a mermaid.
Oh, it was Ariel,
Like a
right?
nymph from the sea. I thought she stood looking at me.
Under the sea.
She told me she'd been dead for centuries. And yet, not really dead. I couldn't understand what she meant. Said something about her body being dead, but her mind being free to wander about the world.
Fantastic.
Oh, Dad, it was ghastly. She kept trying to convince me that I should let her mind enter my body.
Well, what did she say she wanted to do?
She said the entire civilization of the earth depended upon the task she had to perform.
She wants to find Prince Eric.
Oh, Phil, she seemed to be actually trying to force me out of my body so she could enter it.
Judy, what did this
Let her do it.
look like?
No, she was awful looking, Dad.
Let her do
She
it.
had long hair. Green and slimy like seaweed.
Oh, green.
Her teeth were brilliant red. They were long and pointed. She kept staring at me with her little beady eyes. They were horrible, for there were no eyelids. She never blinked once. She just stared and stared.
Yes. What else, Judy?
It was horrible when she touched me. She had long, narrow fingers with no nails on them, and they were covered with fish-like scales.
It's positively the most amazing thing I've ever heard of.
Mr. Hayward. Mr. Hayward. Oh, yes, Ned. What is it?
Oh, I say, look at the lad. Oh, what's wrong, boy? You're pale as a ghost.
Mr. Hayward. The dolphin. She's moving. The boat's moving. Good. The men got the motor started. No, sir. That's just it. The motors aren't running. And there's no wind. The boat's making about 20 knots an hour.
Why, this boat couldn't possibly move without motors.
That's not all. There's a man at the helm steering the boat. And he's a man none of us have ever seen before.
Ned, are you sure?
Sure as I'm standing here, sir.
Ah.
And
Salut
the
Christian.
strangest thing I've ever seen.
Let's go have a
On
look at
écoute
it. Come on.
un vieux show de radio qui s'appelle The Thing from the Sea. C'est une émission de radio qui s'appelait Dark Fantasy, probablement au début des années, en 1942. Ça va, toi? C'est The Thing from the Sea de 1942 de Scott Bishop. C'est une de ces émissions de radio qui jouait à l'époque. Là. Fait que c'est ça, là. J'écoute ça, puis on dessine en même temps, là. Ça va, toi? En fait, je vais continuer l'émission pendant qu'on parle, mais je peux toujours faire pause plus tard. Là.
You best stay here.
Oh, no. No, I'm not going to stay here by myself.
All right, come along, all of you. Follow me.
Donc, je travaille présentement sur le tome 4 là, des Tales from the Interface. J'en vais commencer l'ancrage.
Singing.
Some sort of an ancient sea chanty.
Easy now. Maybe trouble. There he is, sir. See, Mr. Hayward?
Oh.
Yeah.
Ouais, je vais juste arrêter un petit peu, dire bonjour, là.
That's no man. It's some sort of a sea monster.
Mais content que tu sois arrêté.
Look at his hands, Mr. Hayward.
The lad's right. Long, narrow fingers with webs between them. And no fingernails.
Yeah, no fingernails.
They're like the hands of the girl in the dream. Oh, where's it taking us?
Yes. I wonder.
Behind us, sir.
Oh, good Lord. A huge wall of water rising out of the sea.
Get down those steps, everybody. Get down, everybody. Down the steps. Here into the cabin.
Ah, merci Christian, c'est gentil. Fais ce qu'on peut, hein. On travaille un petit peu chaque soir, là. Petit peu par petit peu, puis on finit par faire de quoi, là. C'est ça, là. J'ai adopté la devise de la tortue.
I say, everybody all right?
Yes, I am. Did Judy get down in the cabin?
Yes, she made it. Just managed to close the door before the wave hit.
En même temps, je corrige un petit peu. Là. J'ai fait mon première passe d'ancrage, mais souvent, je vais vouloir ajouter des petits détails. Là.
No wind. And a wave of water, hundreds of feet high.
It's a miracle we didn't capsize.
Look, sir. To the port side. Yes, Ned?
It's land. Land, by heaven.
It can't be. Not in these waters. There's no land for 500 miles.
And what's that over yonder? Mirage?
No, sir. That's no mirage. It's land.
It certainly is. Long, low coast. Extending north and south as far as you can see.
A low, steaming land. Look. Look at the
Faudrait que je fasse des exercices quand je commence à ancrer, parce que
You're right, Judy.
souvent, quand je commence à ancrer dans une soirée, mon trait est moins bon que plus tard. Là.
Around us these past 2 days.
Why, I've been in these waters a dozen times. This has never been here before. It's an entire continent, where there ought not to be anything but empty sea.
Land from the sea. That explains the wave that swept over us. A wave that high could only have been caused by an undersea disturbance.
Oh, nonsense, Johnston. You're trying to say an underwater convulsion forced this vast expanse of land up to the surface.
Precisely. A land called Iban.
Now, I'll have to have a better explanation than that. Things like entire continents rising up out of the ocean just don't happen.
Well, then, if Dad's not correct, what is the explanation?
There is no other. A land called Iban did exist at one time, nearly 10,000 years ago, ruled by a man named Boole and a woman named Lana. They both possessed wonderful powers and knowledge. Boole, the emperor, destroyed the continent of Iban.
How?
By releasing vast, unknown forces beneath the continent. Forces that only he and Lana knew how to control.
But why did he destroy it?
I don't seem to recall. I read the legend once, doing research for one of my pictures. It seems that for some reason or other, Bull and the girl were to release their spirits from their bodies, and those spirits were to have the power someday of recalling the sunken land from the sea.
Then it's that the story's true. That must be the land of Iban we're approaching.
Not at all impossible. And if it is true, couldn't that monstrous chanting thing at the helm be Bull himself, taking us with him back to his long-lost kingdom?
You don't actually believe
Une
that.
page intéressante quand même.
Well, I certainly don't.
Well, still, what else can we believe?
Parce que c'est un. Ça sort un peu de l'ordinaire. D'habitude, je fais beaucoup des cases très carrées, mais là, j'ai essayé de faire un design un peu plus éclaté pour cette page-là. Je trouve ça intéressant de montrer ça, là, un peu à l'intérieur de la cité.
Yeah, maybe that thing's met with a bit of hard luck. Careful, careful, Hayward.
Right.
He's breathing. Only slightly.
Say, who is he? Not a member of the crew.
How'd he get on board? Why is he lying here on deck?
What happened to him?
Oh, he's conscious. He's trying to tell us something. Look here. Who are you?
Stowaway. It in supply room.
Ah ouais, hein? Clip Studio, ouais. Moi, depuis que j'ai découvert ça, là, c'est juste ça que j'utilise pour dessiner. Photoshop, c'est bon pour faire de la mise en page ou des trucs de combinaison, là, mais pour dessiner Clip Paint, là, c'est la meilleure chose qui existe, là, pour moi. J'ai pas tout essayé, évidemment, mais c'est vraiment un bon software, là. Est-ce que tu as la version EX? Parce que ça te permet de faire ce que j'ai à gauche ici, là. D'avoir toutes tes pages. C'est quand même assez pratique. Je pense qu'il y a une couple d'autres options, mais juste pour ça, je trouvais que le EX valait la peine.
Come over here a minute, will you?
Yes, Johnson, what is it?
There. Have a look. See? Someone's climbed down that rope ladder and gone ashore through the mud and slime.
Whoever it was, he didn't sink in very deep.
Seaweed's
Ouais, c'est ça. Ça vaut la peine. C'est vraiment bon.
I wonder who it was.
I'm in favor of finding out. Oh, men. Yes, sir? We're going ashore. Watch out for Miss Blake, will you? Right, sir. And not a word of this to the rest of the crew, understand? Yes, sir. All right, Johnson. Down you go. Yeah. Follow those footprints and see where they lead us.
Evil-smelling place I was ever in. Hold on. Look.
Yeah. I see what you mean. A city up ahead there.
A city. On the depths of the sea.
I say, Jonathan, isn't that Captain Webb going into that low-dome building over there?
Ah, un storyboard. Ah, non, j'ai jamais essayé de faire ça. Tu veux dire pour du dessin animé? Parce que moi, je me sors des pages pas mal pour faire ce que j'appelle un storyboard, là, c'est-à-dire un sketch rapide, là, mais c'est pas vraiment un storyboard comme pour du dessin animé, là, mais il y a des fonctions de dessin animé, ça je sais, j'ai pas essayé. C'est cool le dessin animé, mais c'est un autre monde.
Emperor of Eban, and I've returned to claim again my ancient kingdom. If you come one step nearer, I shall be compelled to slay you.
You dare not, Boo.
Lana! Judy!
You seem surprised, Boo. Did you think I would forget?
Lana! Judy, darling, what does this mean? Why do you speak so strangely? Why does this thing call you Lana?
I am Lana, Philippine. I have borrowed for a while the body of your beloved Judy.
What?
My mind, my spirit has entered her body. You see
Dun,
me
dun,
as you
dun.
but now I am Lana, Empress of the Kingdom of Eban.
I have returned to rule Eban.
And I have returned to prevent.
You cannot prevent it, Lana.
Look here. This quarrel is none of my affair. I demand that you release whatever power you have over my fiancée.
I have borrowed her body.
Ah, écoute, c'est bon, là. Faut pas lâcher, là. Faut pratiquer tous les jours, puis... C'est juste que moi, l'animation, là, c'est tellement long, là. Pour faire de quoi, faut pas mal une équipe, là. Je préfère, tu sais, plus comme le processus de faire une histoire que je peux voir d'un bout à l'autre, là. Parce que s'il faudrait que j'anime, ça finirait jamais. Mais c'est quand même bon, là. Les gens qui font l'animation, ça paraît dans leur dessin, là, que la consistance, puis c'est vraiment bon, là.
Look here, Lana. Oh, whoever you are, this is some horrible nightmare.
Philip Hayward, we must act quickly. I will try to explain. When Boole destroyed Eban 10,000 years ago, we sealed our Ebanite bodies in a vacuum chamber inside this temple. And our spirits left our bodies to roam the universe until Eban should be restored. Now Boole intends to re-enter his body and build a new Eban. Once he does reclaim his ancient body, all is lost. For no one save me can destroy it. And if I slay him, I too must die.
But what can you do?
I have a plan. Come with me into the temple where Boole awaits. There is Boole standing beside our ancient bodies, just as we left them so long ago.
All is ready, Lana. We will break the vacuum. Permit our spirit to enter our ceasing bodies. Are you prepared?
I am prepared.
Fait que je fais une autre passe de sketch parce que je trouve que mon dessin est un peu trop rough là. Fait que je veux que ma ligne soit un peu plus claire. Avant de faire l'ancrage, là. Sinon mon ancrage sera pas beau. Là.
Howard, look. Those bodies in the glass vacuum. They're beginning to move.
Yes. Slowly. Slowly. Look at them.
No. No, don't. Please, Lord.
Judy,
Oh, no. Help me.
Judy.
He's here again. Where am I?
Judy.
How did I get here?
Judy, thank heaven she's left you. You're yourself again.
Look. They've left the vacuum.
See? Up there.
Ah, c'est sûr, écoute.
There she is.
Je pense que c'est à peu près la 3/4e fois là que je passe dessus celle-là. Là.
Not so. The three of you will
Dépendamment si j'arrive à faire ce que j'ai en tête ou pas. Là.
rebuild the populace of Eban.
You cannot fool.
Fool is all great, all powerful. Fool is the law. No one can defy.
No one.
Même les bras ils sont vraiment rough là, j'ai vraiment pas.
The courage, Lana.
No.
Je sais pas là.
I have the courage, no. You are cruel and weak.
J'essaie de voir ma perspective là, mais j'ai l'air pas si pire. Là.
It must not happen again.
Put down the weapon, Lana. You dare not slay me. You'll die yourself.
Then I call upon death to claim me.
You dare not, Lana. You dare not slay the son of the Ancient One.
Yes, fool, yes. It has been written by the hand of destiny.
Lana, think before you slay me.
Beyond the realm of thought, fool. No, I destroy you.
C'est ça, là. Je fais ça vraiment rough, là. Fait que là, il faut que je retrouve mes formes.
You must go.
Can you come with us, Lana?
No, but soon I'll perish also. You must hurry now. Leave Eban quickly. Go while yet you have time. Hasten before it is too late.
Well, Judy, darling, we're underway. Full speed ahead.
No trouble starting the motor, dear.
None at all. Your father and Ned are down with the crew. The men don't even suspect what has happened to them.
Well, just as well. They'd never believe it.
Well, take a last look, Judy. We'll soon be out of sight of the land.
Oh, I'm so glad it's all over. But poor Lana. She gave her life to save ours.
Yes, darling. She did.
What's that?
Look. Flames from the mainland, like a volcano.
Phil, the land's sinking.
It's Lana. Judy. She's released the forces. She's destroying ancient Eban once again.
Bon, pas pire pour Gauthier. Clara.
Dark fantasy.
from the Sea, an original tale of dark fantasy by Scott Bishop. Eleanor Naylor Corrin was Judith Johnston. Ben Morris played Philip Hayward. Fred Wayne was heard as Johnston. Eugene Francis played Ned. Georgiana Cook was Lana. And Darrell McAllister was Fool, the Thing from the Sea. Next Friday night at the same time, the National Broadcasting Company will bring you another weird adventure thriller, The Demon Tree.
Ooh,
another
Demon Tree.
Tale of dark fantasy, created by Scott
And I
Bishop
have that
and
one.
based upon the ancient legend of the strangling oak of Nanowood in England.
Oh,
So,
that's very much
for
like
the
the trees in Lord of the
Friday
Rings.
night.
Dark fantasy originates in the studios of station WKY, Oklahoma City. Keith Bainton speaking. This is the National Broadcasting Company.
Okay. Mais c'était pas pire, Thing from the Sea. I kind of liked it. It's a kind of very Lovecraftian idea. And then it was pretty good. I mean, Scott Bishop did a better job on that one than the Met Who Came Back, which was it's kind of a little bit dumb, if I have to be honest. All these shows can be found on archive.org if you're looking for them. If you want a whole series for yourself and listen to them again and again. There's a rather vast selection of titles there as well. So they have like episodes of The Saint with Vincent Price. They have a whole bunch of stuff. I mean, they have movies too, and it's really worth a look if you're looking for some free entertainment. I mean, they have music, they have like whatever. It's a great resource. Et pour de l'animation, Christian, ils ont beaucoup de films. Là. Tu t'attends d'avoir des comme prendre des samples de vieux films pour faire des affaires. Là. Il y a pas mal de choses intéressantes à trouver sur archive.org si tu connais pas ça. Ok, mon petit couple est fait. Fait que je peux enlever ça une minute pour les dessiner. Oui, c'est très cool. Ouais. Je vais peut-être me faire un petit dossier ici pour mettre mon C2. Ça va contenir toute ma couleur et mes affaires à mesure que je le fais. Ah, on va créer ça. Ah. Okay, Demon Tree. Let's get started. Another episode of Dark Fantasy, Demon Tree by Scott Bishop.
Dark Fantasy.
I am the spirit of the demon tree.
£3 on the Jack Diamonds.
You should tear your money up, Humphreys. It would last you longer.
Perhaps you're right, Crane. But this way I get a sense of honest toil. I say, is anyone else betting?
Oh, let's quit. I'm tired of losing.
Oh, look here, old girl. Could I loan you a few pounds?
No, thank you, Crane. I have enough to get me back to London. If we ever do get back.
Now, why do you say that, Clara? It's only a matter of a stage getting through here to the resort and taking us out of this beastly place.
Beastly place is right. Why people come here for a rest is more than I can determine. Honestly.
I've never spent such an uncomfortable week in all my life.
Well, think of me. I've been here 3. So have you, Humphreys.
Oh, look here, you two. It's 3 o'clock. I was expecting the stage around 8 tonight. What do you say the 3 of us go for a bit of a walk through the forest?
I say, why not? Oh, here comes Danvers. Perhaps he'll join us.
Anything to get away from this place. Good afternoon, Danvers.
Greetings, good people. I take it you're no happier than when I left you a while ago.
The place is as gloomy as a morgue. We've just agreed to take a walk in the forest back of the inn. You're invited to come along if you like.
Sounds like a good enough way to pass the time.
Oh, good. We all go together. Besides, I'm quite interested in that forest out there. You remember, of course, the story the night clerk told us last evening?
Yes, I don't like him. He talks through his nose. People should talk through their mouths.
No. I mean, what he told us about the forest.
What about the forest? I didn't hear it, Humphreys.
Well, the clerk said it was a gorgeous place. Lots of beautiful foliage, vivid colors, clear water lakes.
But nobody goes there. It's so beautiful.
That's just it, Clara. You see, people have gone there and never come back.
Rubbish. Lots of nonsense. Why, the clerk is just superstitious, that's all.
I'm inclined to agree with you, Danvers. Why, he even told us an absurd story about a tree out there in that forest that's supposed to strangle people.
Strangle them? How?
Oh, I don't know. With its branches, I suppose. Just some absurd legend that people around here like to believe.
I believe it's more than just a legend, Craig.
And what makes you say that, old man?
Here. I talked to the clerk again later last night. He dug out this old newspaper clipping for me. Read it, Danvers, aloud.
Oh, it is right.
Voilà le dessin de Christian vient de partager.
London, England, April 21st.
Ben, c'est très bien. Ah, il y a une belle position des jambes. Peut-être la jambe gauche est un peu basse. Ce qui aide beaucoup, c'est de dessiner une grille. T'sais. Comme si je rapidement là. Ouais, on sont mis à voir. Ce que je dois te dire. En dessinant une grille, des fois, ça permet de mieux situer les jambes. Si tu dis que t'as... Probablement que... Ben là, les jambes, ça là, c'est trop long. Fait que c'est pour ça que je disais que probablement que t'as besoin de placer ton genou un peu plus haut. Puis placer lui un peu plus... Comme ça, peut-être. Donc, ta ligne d'horizon serait ici. Attends. Fait que, tu sais, probablement que son épaule, elle serait peut-être plus basse aussi, là. Tu sais, même le corps, là, il va... tu sais, il faut qu'il aille vers les lignes de... C'est ça, tu sais. C'est un peu plus long. En tout cas. Ça aide de se faire une grille. C'est ce que je te dis. Pour poser les jambes comme il faut, tu sais. Ça te donne une idée. Puis... Moi, je fais ça constamment, là, Je suis pas nécessairement meilleur, là, parce que je fais pas tout le temps mes grilles, mais ça aide pas mal. Je peux être dans les patates aussi. Comment c'est mon affaire? Ah non! Skipper un petit peu, c'est comme je recommence au début au lieu de faire pause.
Field descendant would also die. She is said to have planted an acorn, smeared with her own blood. Says, London, England, April 21st, 1857. It is reported that Sir Horace Wakefield, Earl of Dorset, was found strangled last night in Barlow Forest. His body was discovered entangled in the branches of a huge oak tree.
Go on. Read the rest of it.
Earl's death recalls to mind the weird tale of the witch of Barlow.
Ben tant mieux, écoute, si ça...
Said to have lived, says,
Si ça peut t'aider, là.
London, England.
Beautiful.
That's just it, Clara. You see,
Des fois, les gens aiment pas ça qu'on leur donne des idées. Là.
they'll never come back.
Je trouve ça un peu bizarre parce que moi, personnellement, quand quelqu'un prend du temps pour me montrer quelque chose, j'écoute, là. Que j'accepte ou pas ce que la personne me dit, mais j'écoute tout le temps ce que le monde me dit. Là.
Strangle them? How? Oh, I don't know. With its branches, I suppose. Just some absurd legend that people around here like to believe.
I believe it's more than just a legend, Crane.
And what makes you say that, old man?
Here. I talked to the clerk again later last night. He dug
Ben,
up
c'est
this
ça,
old
tu sais, quand j'ai
newspaper
fait
clipping for me.
ce dessin-là,
Read it, Danvers.
je sais pas si on la voit encore, mais tu sais, j'en ai une grille ici. Là, tu sais.
Almost illegible.
Well, read it.
It says, London, England, April 21st, 1857. It is reported that Sir Horace Wakefield, Earl of Dorset,
Puis clairement,
found strangled last night in Barlow
je
Forest.
suis pas la meilleure personne non plus. Là. Je veux dire, je suis sûr qu'il y a plein d'erreurs dans mon dessin, là, mais...
Go on. Read the rest of it.
Earl's death recalls to mind the weird tale of the witch of Barlow Forest.
Comme le bras ici, je suis vraiment pas sûr que j'ai fait ça correct. Mais tu sais, ce qui est cool avec le digital, c'est que... Regarde, je fais ma première étape, puis après ça, quand je vais revenir à cette page-là, je vais la regarder, je vais dire, ah ben, oui, c'est correct, non, c'est pas correct, puis je fais toujours l'arranger, tu sais. Puis à la fin, l'important, c'est pas de... C'est pas nécessairement d'être parfait, là, c'est juste de faire quelque chose, tu sais. Tant que si l'histoire est bonne, puis c'est engageant, ben les gens, même si le dessin n'est pas parfait, tant que ça se lit bien, puis tu comprends ce qui se passe, c'est ça qui est surtout important, là, je pense.
Thomas Hurley Wakefield. I wonder.
You wonder what, Crane?
My mother's name was Wakefield. I was just wondering if she was related to Sir Thomas.
Oh, of course not, Crane. It's just a story.
What an extraordinary story. Interesting.
Est-ce que tu flippes l'image? Oui, souvent je vais flipper l'image. Probablement que je devrais le faire plus. C'est pas nécessairement intuitif pour moi de le faire, mais c'est un excellent truc en effet. Mais oui, ça aide beaucoup de faire ça souvent, tu sais, que tu peux remarquer des affaires que tu n'aurais pas nécessairement pensé. Puis je suis sûr que si je le faisais, je remarquerais plein d'affaires. Il faudrait que... ça serait pas pire ça comme feature pour Clip Paint, là, tu sais, une façon facile de flipper. Peut-être qu'il y en a une, puis je le sais même pas, là. Tu peux faire CTRL-T puis flip, là, mais ça prend une couple d'étapes puis ça te ralentit, là, mais... S'il y avait une espèce de mirror view avec un shortcut, là, ça serait quand même cool. Ah ouais? Ah ok, tu t'en es fait un. Ouais, ok, ouais, tu peux faire des actions aussi. J'étais un peu paresseux des fois, là. Pendant un bout de temps dans Photoshop, j'avais comme millions d'actions, puis c'était tout automatisé, puis à un moment donné, Je sais pas, je me suis contenté de ce que je voyais, de ce que j'avais par défaut. Mais là, je vais faire une petite pause, 2 minutes, parce que je dois aller aux toilettes. Je pense que je vais laisser l'émission, je vais penser.
I feel like it's 20 degrees colder in this place.
I feel that way too.
So do I.
It's naturally cooler in the woods where the sun doesn't shine.
But not this much cooler.
I don't like this place. I'm for going back to the inn.
Oh, let's get on ahead a little ways. I say, it is pretty in here.
Pretty or not, it gives me the creep.
It isn't the kind of cold caused by climatic changes.
What was that, Denver?
I said it's a different kind of cold. It's the kind that creeps up your spine when some evil comes over you.
Oh, now, Danvers. We're just letting that newspaper story play on your mind.
Wait a minute, huh? Look! That tree there in front of us. Looks like a human giant.
Oh, you're right, Danvers.
I could swear it moved just a moment ago.
It did move. I saw it too.
That's the strangest looking tree I ever saw. Look at that bark. I wonder if...
Crane! What's wrong, man?
I just touched the bark of that tree and it didn't feel like bark at all.
What?
No, it felt like human skin.
Yeah.
It's true.
It does feel like skin. Warm. And smooth. And soft.
Ben, un petit peu d'étirement aussi. On a encore pour une autre heure de ça. Ok.
Go ahead, Humphrey. Feel it.
I have no desire to.
Ok, Christian vient de partager une autre image.
I'm sure
Regardez ça.
you're right.
What's that?
Travaille sur un personnage. Ah, c'est très bien, c'est super stable. Moi, souvent, mes personnages sont pas stables dans même. Là. Ils changent un peu trop. Là. Je fais pas assez de ça, justement. Tu sais. Des images de. Comme à tous les sens puis les directions. Là. Là, je me fasse des pages de ça pour mes personnages. Là, ça serait vraiment bon. Mais il y a des belles expressions là-dedans, c'est cool.
All of a sudden,
The sun's behind a cloud, probably.
It's impossible to see the sky through
Un
the
beau
foliage.
trait, franchement. Là. C'est super clean. Là.
I can hardly see where I'm walking.
Un bel
I'm
ancrage.
quite sure this is the right way. I don't remember this.
Un beau trait,
very-
franchement. Là. C'est super clean. Là.
Wait a minute. By heaven, this isn't the way.
must be. We're on the path, aren't we?
No. No, I don't think we are. So dark. Do any of you have a flash?
I certainly don't remember this clearing. I think.
Ok.
What was that?
What was what, Cray?
Ah non.
You'll think this is foolish, but
Des fois, ça fait ça avec le paint, là, le
the branch of a tree brush across my
le
face and shoulder.
pressure, il fuck, là.
That's
Je sais
impossible.
pas si c'est moi ou...
There's not a tree within 50 feet.
But I
Non,
felt it. I
faut démarrer le programme dans ce temps.
rustled like a branch covered with leaves, and yet it felt warm and soft, like
Are you sure?
Yes, look, we're lost here. It's dark as night, right in the middle of the afternoon, and we've lost the path in that tree.
Easy, Crane. Keep your head, man.
I'm getting out of here. I'm not going to stay here and be murdered. Crane!
Stay with us.
No. I'm going to find a path and get out of here.
Crane, stay here. We'll find a way back.
I don't want to stay here and die. I want to get away from this place.
Crane, don't be a fool! Crane!
Gone.
Now he is in for it. We're better off by staying together.
I don't know whether we are or not.
Listen!
It's Crane.
Aïe, aïe, aïe.
Come on.
Oh, he couldn't have gotten far.
Right over here, I think.
Now, take it easy now. Be careful.
Oh, there he is.
Yes. Stretched out on the ground. Like he was dead.
Like he was dead, isn't he dead?
Look at him. Marks on his throat.
Could it be the demon tree? Ooh, demon tree. No.
Stains on his skin. Green stains.
Chlorophyll, the deadly killer.
Wakefield Crane.
Oh, what a horrible way for him to die.
Clara, a tree. This is where we first saw it. Now it's gone.
Humphreys, you're right. This is where it was, I'm sure of it.
Then what's happened to it?
The important question is, what are we going to do with Crane?
We'll have to leave him here till we can find a way out of this place.
Poor Crane. It happened so quickly. One minute he was with us and the next...
We warned him not to leave us.
Sache que tu fais un excellent travail. J'aimerais réaliser comme toi. C'est pas tout de savoir dessiner.
And do come on.
Oui, le storytelling, c'est très important. Moi, ça je dis souvent. Tu sais, je pourrais étudier plus le dessin, mais en même temps, juste faire des cases comme ça, ben, ça m'oblige à apprendre des choses. Puis ça pratique mon storytelling en même temps. Fait que, tu sais, c'est vraiment bon d'étudier. Puis je devrais le faire plus. Mais en même temps, tu sais, faire de la bande dessinée, ben, c'est un peu étudier tout en même temps. Fait que, je sais pas, là. Mais oui, je devrais faire plus d'études quand même.
Surely you don't think we've been purposely led into this?
Who can say?
Oh, now, Humphreys. Crane went off the deep end. We've got to keep our heads.
We found a way in. Surely we'll find a way out.
Et je te remercie de ton commentaire, c'est bien gentil.
What about the chill?
Hey, Joe Lopez, how are you doing, man?
Some explanation.
Nice to have you.
Perhaps a storm is coming up. Yes, that could be it, couldn't it?
We're listening to Dark Fantasy. It's an old radio show while I draw. And this is my comic Tales from the Interface. I'm working on my 4th book now.
Came so quickly. Reminded me of how a corpse must feel in his coffin when the lid is put over it.
Look here, Humphreys. I'm about fed up with that sort of talk.
Thanks, man. My books are available from my website if you want to take a look.
This isn't any ordinary situation we're
Yeah, I can zoom out so you can see. So this is a pretty complex page. Like they're climbing some stairs and then they're gonna end up inside like some crazy neighborhood. So my story happens in like a dystopian city of the future, and everybody like lives inside, and they're all hooked on the virtual world, which has become kind of a drug for them.
Humphreys, look.
What is it? A glow of light there ahead of us.
It's the tree.
There. Now, what do you think, Danvers? Look. It's the tree moving along in a glow of phosphorescent light.
Good heavens. It's the same tree.
No, the tree.
It was nowhere near here. It was back there.
So this is really called the demon tree. So it's a bunch of tourists who went to the forest, and there's like a demon tree, like in Lord of the Rings.
Huge branch that looks like a human arm.
It's fading now. Disappearing again.
Hey, thanks, man.
Fading away. Yes. Gone. He's gone.
Now do you believe, Danvers? Now do you admit that the tree is alive?
What else can I believe? I don't know.
Danvers, look out!
He's fallen into a waterfall.
So I do a show pretty much every Thursday unless like I have some major life thing that I need to attend to. But usually I have a show every Thursday. I draw pretty much every night, but I just share my screen like one night a week.
Grab it, Danvers, grab it!
I've been like doing that for 2 years, but it's a very relaxing. I don't try to promote it too much or anything. I just you know, I just like to do that, and whoever wants to come and chill out with me, that's cool. It's not an easy angle to do.
Danvers, there's nothing I can do.
So if you don't know what this program is, this is a software called Crypt Studio. I've been working on Photoshop for like since I was 14-year-old, so a very long time ago. But once you know, people were starting talking about Clip Paint, and I thought, you know, this looks pretty nice, and they don't have that stupid subscription model that Adobe has now. So I decided to go for it and buy myself a copy. And I have not regretted it. It's a great software, and I'm very happy with it.
Careful where you step. Whatever happens, keep your head, Clara, for heaven's sake.
For hours.
I say, it's getting a little lighter. Clara, up ahead there. Isn't that a path?
What? Oh, you're right, Humphreys. It's the path we came in on.
And look, there's an opening through the trees.
Yes, I remember the landmarks. Oh, thank God for the light.
Come on, Clara. Out of this place.
Oh, she's named Clara, like my character.
Danvers, or playing now.
Oh, they made it out. Good for them. Woo.
Clara. Yes. I wonder if you feel as I do. I thought we'd be safe back here in the hotel. I don't know how to describe it, but I have a feeling that this whole business isn't over yet.
I know. I've had the same feeling.
Oh, no.
A feeling that we're not finished with the demon tree.
Or that it's not finished with us.
Yeah, that's more like it.
Exactly.
Yeah, my room. Better go in and have a drink, Clara. What's worrying me is how we're going to explain what happened to Craig and Danvers. Yeah, wait a minute. I'll get the light.
Uh-oh.
Humphreys, on the bed there.
Good.
A leaf.
A tree about 2 feet long.
Look at it.
Look at it. It's a branch.
A living branch.
Put it down. Oh, Humphreys, I'm getting out of here.
Where are you going?
Down to the lobby and wait for the stage.
Oh, hold on. I'll go
There's
with
a
you.
branch.
Wait, Clara. Wait, it's 3 flights down. Let's take the elevator.
All right. We can get the thing up here.
It's automatic. Just push the button, it'll come up.
Humphreys, look.
Hey, bonne soirée, Christian. Merci beaucoup d'être arrêté pour me voir. C'est bien gentil. J'apprécie ta participation puis ton enthousiasme. On se reparle. Salut.
Good Lord. Clara. Clara.
Okay. So now I'm looking at this and I don't know where to put our arm, so I'm gonna just have another layer and try to figure it out.
Get away!
So
Help me! Help me, somebody!
where should that arm be? Sometimes it's tricky because you don't want to bombard the image, you know, you want to put the arm in a location that makes sense. So, or maybe just like this. Like this, from this.
And all who enter the forest with him are likewise.
Just figure that out. Just trying to draw the arm that goes under. And you know what? She's probably like having her arm behind her. Because this arm is kind of front forward, so it might be something like
fantasy.
But from the angle, let me just try it like that. Like just going in the back, see what that looks like. It might look a bit lazy, but it might make sense.
You have just heard The Demon Tree, an original tale of dark fantasy
Kind of makes sense,
by
actually.
Scott Bishop. Tonight's cast included
I'll leave it like that.
Eleanor Naylor Corrin as Clara, Ben Morris, who was Humphreys, Garland Moss took the part of Danvers, and Murillo Schofield was heard as Crane. Next Friday night at this time, the National Broadcasting Company will bring you another unusual
I have a rat and a centipede to draw here.
Men Call Me Mad, the story of another world and the people who inhabit it. An exciting and weird tale of dark fantasy created by Scott Bishop. Dark fantasy originates in the studios of station WKY, Oklahoma City.
All right. So that was a pretty cool episode. The next one is called Men Call Me Wild, Call Me Mad. It's all done by a guy who came, I think it was his own like show, and I don't have much background on it, but I got it from archive.org, which is a pretty cool website for finding like public domain stuff. So it's like those old radio shows. It's pretty cool. Like they have The Saint and with Vincent Price, and they have a lot of stuff. Plus they also have some movies. Pretty nice. So I'm just trying that tonight, just playing some old radio shows and drawing. So I'll just continue that. So I'm gonna go. This will be the last episode, though. After that, I'll just call it a night. It's late enough.
Call me mad. Dr. West, will you please close the door?
Certainly, Dr. Terhune.
Now, gentlemen, I have summoned you, my two trusted and loyal friends, to divulge a secret that even I myself can hardly comprehend.
You've made a new discovery, Charles?
A discovery? Yes.
Sorry.
Found another world.
A what? Another world, you say?
Exactly. Would you please snap off the lights, Doctor? That switch there.
Yes, certainly.
Now, by means of this special projection machine, I'm going to show you something which will astound you beyond words. I must ask you to remain perfectly still throughout this demonstration. As the picture I'm about to show you progresses, I will explain in detail just what I have done.
So I'm using an ink here, but this is a very rough drawing, so...
Now observe this picture I've taken on color film. A picture of the new moon.
Ooh, color film.
Now, you will notice that the camera has picked up a single ray of the moon. It's focused up on a wall, whereon dances a single tiny moonbeam. The camera approaches the moonbeam. Closer. Closer. Still closer. And then the special film in my camera reaches the lens.
Is that the color
Scene
film?
changes. Dr. Smith. Gentlemen, please. Now you see here my other world. My world within a moonbeam. Taken upon special color film of my own invention. film that is constructed to pick up objects within the very atom.
Just need to check rat
Objects
feet.
smaller, that is, than atoms themselves. And notice, please, the coloring of this other world within a moonbeam. See the hills, the plains with their red grass, their red leaf trees. Notice that tiny stream at the left, a vivid orange.
I'm just double checking
Notice
if
the
it
yellow of
makes
the treetops,
sense, and I think it
the
does.
orange-colored sky and the deep blue sun.
Yeah,
You'll manage
kinda.
quickly now. But first, a rare sight is in store for you. Now watch closely. There.
A man? But what sort of creature is that he's riding?
I don't know. You will notice the animal approaches the small stream, wades quickly through it, and vanishes from the camera's sight. And as he vanishes into the distance, the film ends.
Amazing. Astounding. It's unbelievable.
The lights, if you please, Doctor.
Oh, yes, of course. Look here, Terhune. Is this a camera trick?
Absolutely not. I have shown you what actually exists within certain, or possibly all, moonbeams.
What's your theory, Doctor?
That all creation consists of worlds within worlds. Who can say that our world is not contained within some still larger one? And that within another, and that still within another, and so on.
The thought suddenly becomes
Okay,
overwhelming.
just
yes.
clean that up now.
To think that all around us, within even such tiny substances as the atoms themselves, under our feet, overhead, on all sides, are worlds of which we are unaware.
Yes, if only there were some way to visit those other worlds.
Oh, but there
Ah,
is.
Dr. West. That is the point. We can.
Good heavens, man. You mean you...
Yes, just what do you mean?
Gentlemen, I plan to enter that world in the moonbeam.
Impossible.
I don't like to say so, Charles, but aren't you overlooking the laws of dimension, the general medium, laws of nature that are so obvious?
Not only that, Terhune, but aren't you appearing a little...
Screw the laws.
...on the face of things?
I do not expect you to be convinced until you have seen.
We in our profession are not inclined to take such things as we are speaking of for granted.
Then let's not waste words, my friends. I propose to convince you beyond all possible doubt.
Well, I have no objection to being convinced.
Nor I, though I really believe Terhune has let his imagination win the upper hand.
Now, we shall see. Now, here, gentlemen, on this table, you see what looks like an Eskimo igloo, made of crystal clear glass with an opening at one side at the base, much like an entrance to an igloo or tent.
Yes, it's about 10 inches high and about 8 inches in diameter.
Now, when we extinguish the lights here in this room, and when that curtain is drawn from the window over there, the moonbeam in question will be centered directly through that little glass case.
You want us to assist you?
Exactly.
But what do you intend to do?
Well, I have here a number of small capsules filled with a potion whose base consists mostly of radium.
What is this preparation?
So he's gonna drink radiation?
Animal matter to decrease itself many millions of times.
In other words, you think it'll make you become smaller.
Precisely.
But small enough to enter the realm of a single atom?
I hope so.
Well, have you tried this concoction?
Only on animals. First on rabbits and rats. And just yesterday, I sent a dog into the world of atoms.
But granting such a feat is possible, don't you think your clothes would also shrink with you?
Well, I have found that any object in contact with the animal matter, at the time the capsule is consumed, will be caused to shrink in proportion with the animal matter
Of
itself.
course.
I found that out yesterday when I failed to remove the dog's collar.
But suppose you consume too great a quantity of the potion.
I have an equalizer.
Can't
Another
send him
mixture
naked,
which will
can we?
counteract the first capsule. By taking particular amounts of it, I can stop the reaction of the capsule, and then, having stopped it by taking another dose of the stabilizer, or equalizer, I can increase my size again.
This is all very extraordinary.
I plan to be gone quite some time. I'm asking you two to watch over this little glass case for a 4-day period.
You can count on me,
And
Terhune.
on me.
Good. Now I shall take a capsule. I will begin to grow almost immediately. I've reached about 2 feet in height. I want you, Dr. Smith, to bend down to the floor and pick me up and place me on this table here, beside this little glass case, putting me directly in front of the opening or door of the case. Is that clear?
Quite, yeah.
Good. Gentlemen, my hand.
Good luck, Charles.
Smith?
We'll follow your instructions carefully, Doctor.
Good. I knew I could count on you two. Now the capsule. My head is whirring. My ears are ringing. Eyes are growing dim. I have a sensation of emptiness in the pit of my stomach. Do you notice any change in my appearance?
Good heavens. He's lost a foot in height.
You're growing smaller, Terhune. You are, man. You're actually growing smaller.
He's 2 feet smaller now.
I hope I regain my eyesight before I become too small. Are my clothes diminishing too?
Yes, quite.
I don't want to be naked.
I feel a strange weakness. My senses. I find it rather difficult to talk.
Look, he's just about 2 feet high now, Wes.
Do as he told you, Doctor. Pick him up now. Place him on the table.
Yes, just so.
Careful now. There. Here. Put him closer to that door so he'll have no trouble finding it. Watch your arm, Doctor. Don't cut off the moonbeam. There. That's good.
See, he's only about 6 inches high now.
There he goes. Into the glass case.
Okay, so now the centipede.
The moonbeam is completely covering him. He's so tiny now you can hardly see him. The size of a small ant.
He's faded into the light of the beam now. I wonder what he'll discover in there. I wonder what he'll discover.
I wonder. He's gonna discover that people there don't wear clothes, and he's gonna look silly.
I'm here in another world. Such a strange place. Similar to the place I came from, yet different. Trees.
Everybody's
yet
naked.
with leaves of brilliant scarlet and yellow bark. The grass, also scarlet. An orange-colored sky overhead. A sun of dazzling blue. And the water in the little stream over there. Not blue, but orange. Yes, the colors, all different. Everything else correspondingly the same.
Why do you speak so strangely?
Oh, I beg your pardon. I thought I was alone.
You must be a foreigner. Otherwise you'd know
Why
you're
are
in
you
the King's
speaking
Guard. We are
alone?
quite private.
I'm so sorry. Yes, I am a foreigner. If you'll forgive me, I'll leave at once.
Oh, no, please. It is our custom to treat foreigners in a friendly manner, and so I bid you welcome. I am the Princess Elena.
A princess?
Yes, daughter of King Londelier. Surely you've heard of me.
No, princess, I've not.
But surely, my father rules the world with kindness and justice, and everyone knows him for his goodness.
Princess, will it frighten you if I tell you something? Something most strange.
I think not, sir. For you yourself are most strange. Your clothing, the colors, not in the least ordinary, and your features are so different.
Princess Elena, my name is Charles Terhune. I'm a citizen of the United States of America.
America? I know the world quite well, but never have I heard of America.
That is why I fear I might frighten you, Your Highness. You see, America is not in this world. It is in another.
You're from another world?
Exactly. You see, I am a scientist in my own universe. I discovered your world here, so I found a way to come to visit you. You don't seem at all surprised.
No. Why should I be surprised? We've expected you for a long time.
Me?
Well, not you exactly, but someone.
What do you mean?
Our scientists have known for many years that other worlds besides ours exist, but they've never been able to discover a method of entering one of them. We've been hoping someone from beyond would find a way here.
Amazing.
That is why I asked if you were a foreigner. Since my father rules the entire world, naturally a foreigner could only be from another world.
This absolutely astounds me. Princess, I must speak to your scientists. Oh, this is so wonderful. The people of our world seem much alike, save in a few minor respects. We look alike, talk alike.
We've often wondered how much we would be like the people from beyond.
Take me to your scientists, Princess. I must see them.
I'll gladly take you to them. But first, I must warn you. You're in great danger.
Danger?
Our world is doomed. We're falling victims to a strange malady, which none of our doctors or learned men can overcome. It is slaying our people by the thousands.
A plague?
Yes. A mysterious disease. One we've never encountered before in all history. If you would save yourself, use whatever method you have and return to your own world before it's too late.
One moment. Princess, will you take me to your father? I don't know why I say this, but perhaps I can help.
Oh, no. No, save yourself. I beg of you. Do not remain here to perish.
Please, Princess. At least allow me to try to help.
You're either very brave or very foolish.
Brave or foolish, take me to your father.
Very well. But he will only warn you, as I have done.
That, Your Majesty, is how I found your world and where to meet.
Interesting. At one time I would have said amazing. But with our discoveries of other worlds around us, it's now only interesting.
I've warned Dr. Terhune to return to his own universe before he falls victim to the plague.
Yes, my son, you must.
But I would like to help. I'm a doctor where I came from. Perhaps I could do something.
I fear it is useless. Our most brilliant physicians are powerless to even make a diagnosis, much less a cure.
But I have a knowledge from another world, Your Majesty.
That's true, Father. He found a way of reaching us, while we here have been unable to reach the other places beyond.
Yes, daughter. You reason wisely.
Please, Your Majesty, permit me to see some of the victims. I can't return home until I've at least made an attempt to help you.
Very well. As you wish. Come with me. My son lies dying in a room above. I will permit you to examine him. Well, Dr. Terhune?
Your Majesty.
Dr. Terhune.
Heavens, man, this is typhoid.
Typhoid?
But what is typhoid?
We have it on our Earth.
But tell us, do you know the cure?
Yes, Your Majesty, I do. Take me to your nearest medical laboratory. We must prepare a serum, huge quantities of it. We must send it to all parts of the world immediately if we're to save your people.
Daughter, these reports, small parts of the universe, the deaths grow fewer and fewer each day.
It's a miracle, Father. And Charles Terhune has saved us all. There have been no typhoid deaths now for 3 days.
I know. Our fight has been won.
The people are clamoring for you, Dr. Terhune. They almost consider you a god.
I am no god, Princess. Merely a man with a little knowledge.
But you came to us like a miracle man, in time to work the greatest wonder of all history.
I'm happy that my journey here has been for a purpose.
Anything you ever wish in the world will be yours.
I know, Elena. There is so little I want. And yet, so much.
Will you remain here with us? Forever?
I cannot, Princess.
You called me Elena a moment ago.
I cannot, Elena. I must return to tell my people what I've discovered.
Oh, but if you go now...
Yes, Elena?
Oh, why must we always be governed by rules of propriety?
Elena, if you're thinking what I hope you are...
Charles?
Elena, my darling. Is it wrong to say I love you?
Charles, Is it wrong for stars to shine? Or for flowers to bloom?
Oh, my darling princess.
Charles.
I love you, Elena.
And I love you. Please, don't leave me, my darling.
Just for a little while. I will return to you, Elena.
No, he
I
won't.
will wait for you, beloved. And when you return, nothing in this world or any other will ever take us apart.
I have a bad feeling about this one.
It's past his time, almost 4 days.
Look, a movement there in the moonbeam, see?
No, Yes. Look, he is coming back. See, there, he's out of the glass case on the tabletop.
He's growing rapidly, West. You better place him down on the floor.
Look, larger and larger.
This is perfectly astounding, man. I wonder what his adventures have been.
Dr. Terhune. Can you hear me, Dr. Terhune?
He's almost 4 feet tall now.
Can you hear me, Doctor?
Water. Some water, please. Water, West. West, quickly. Over there in that goblet.
Yes, just one moment.
Here we are. He's all right now. Full size again. Here, Terhune. Drink this.
Yes. Thanks. Ah, that's better.
Are you all right, Terhune?
Yes, quite all right, thank you. Gentlemen, I have had the strangest experience imaginable. I have visited a world that's amazing and wonderful.
Tell us about it.
Yes, I will. When I became small enough to enter the moonbeam, I found myself in the exact spot you two saw in the picture I displayed for you. I did not know which way to go, naturally. But after a moment, I heard someone speak to me. And that, my friends, is precisely what happened to me.
And you say those people knew all about the existence of other worlds, but were not familiar with such a disease as typhoid.
Exactly.
You must have been somewhat of a hero to him.
Yes, somewhat.
You know, if I hadn't seen this demonstration with my own eyes, I'd never have believed it.
Well, Dr. West, even though I was the one who experienced it, I'm still wondering if it actually happened.
Then it happened all right. Yes, we saw you grow small right before our eyes. So small you became almost invisible and disappeared in the moonbeam.
I trust you two will confirm any statements I might make to the public about all this.
No, absolutely.
Certainly, Terhune.
By the way, is my sister here during my absence?
Why, yes, she was. She acted very strangely, too, but we told her nothing.
Well, gentlemen, perhaps I should have told you this before. You see, my sister and I jointly own several hundred acres of valuable oil land in the south. She's a greedy woman. She's tried for years to obtain full possession of the property. She's tried many ways, but her latest method is by charging that I'm insane.
Oh, that's ridiculous.
Yes, exactly. But she has preferred the charges. Tomorrow at 9, I must appear before a group of alienists who will decide whether or not I'm mentally unbalanced. That is why I had to make my experiment before tomorrow.
Dr. Terhune, you've been carefully examined by this impartial and experienced board of alienists at the request of your sister. It's our decision that you must submit yourself to a series of treatments at whatever sanitarium your sister might choose.
No, stop. This has all been so irregular, so unfair. You think I'm mad? Well, the story I've told you is true. I can prove everything I've said.
Please, Dr. Terhune.
My two friends, Dr. West and Dr. Smith, ask them. Why haven't you let them testify for me? They saw it. They'll tell you everything I've said is true.
One moment. Yes? Oh. Yes, he's here with me now. I see. Yes, all right. I'll tell him. I'm sorry, Dr. Terhune. I'm afraid I have bad news for you. Doctors West and Smith were to have testified in your behalf. but I've just received word that they were both killed a few moments ago in an automobile accident.
Oh, no!
And that was the verdict. Now men call me mad. So they've locked me here in a cell till the time they can remove me to a sanitarium. Any moment now they'll come for me, whisk me off through the night. And my discovery will never be proved. People will laugh for a while, speak of the mad Dr. Churchill. And then they will forget. And for me, no escape.
Charles. Charles, my darling.
Elena. No escape. No escape. Oh, what a stupid fool I am. The moonbeam, of course. The moonbeam.
Yeah? Isn't he in prison? So... use this potion to shrink, no?
Dark fantasy.
That one wasn't so dark.
Men Call Me Mad, an original tale of dark fantasy by Scott Bishop.
Sorry, Scott, but this one was not dark. No, it wasn't dark. Well, he got caught in prison, but then he escaped on a moonbeam. So, I think it's too positive. Well, this is the last show I'll be playing tonight. I'm almost done, and it was a good night. You know, I was able to draw ink a lot. Big piece of this here. So I'm pretty happy with the outcome. And welcomes Joe Lopez, a new follower from YouTube. So thanks for subscribing, man. Very much appreciated. Thank you, Ghislain. Christian, excuse-moi, je me mélange. Merci Christian d'avoir arrêté puis dit bonjour, participé à l'émission, c'est super gros apprécié, c'était bien le fun. Et puis that's pretty much it for tonight, guys. I thanks everyone who's maybe watching this after the fact. I'm always I always like to receive any comments, feedback, questions. You know, go nuts, ask me anything. I'll try to answer as best I can. And if you'd like to help the channel, my video, my comics, check out my website, because on it you can find all my comics. Well, not all my comics, but you can find my latest comics in webcomic form. So I am publishing my newest chapter. There was a new page yesterday. Every 15 and new page yesterday. Every 15 and 30 of the month, I publish a new page. This is from book number 3 that came out this spring. But you can read all the rest of the pages there from the beginning. And I'd love to get your feedback. Of course, there's a comment section that's very much appreciated. And if you'd like to do a bit more, you can check out the bundle and get all 3 books for $30 US. And you can even get a sketch for $15. So that's a great deal, because I do spend a lot of time on these, because I really appreciate people stopping by and getting my book. I'm trying to get this thing into somewhere, and little by little it is, with the support of all the good folks who bought my books in the past. Yeah, of course it does not come free. I'm not really making money from this. I have another job that I have to do during the day, so I do appreciate any help to get this off the ground. That being said, that's it for today. Next week I'll be continuing inking of this newest chapter of Tales from the Interface. So in the meantime, take care of yourself, people, and I'll be seeing you around the interface. Thank you so much for joining. Have a great week, and see you next one. Bye bye.